Hey y'all, you are tuned in to the Powerhouse Lash podcast. This podcast is my diary to the lash community where I share my highs, lows, lessons, and rants based on my lash journey. My heart is to share the reality of what it's really like to build a lash business, and I hope this episode helps you feel seen, validated, educated, humored, and makes your lash journey a little bit easier. I'm your host, T the Brand, and I'm glad that you're here. Now, let's get to it. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Powerhouse Lash podcast. I'm glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to this discussion we're going to have today. When I was working at a spa, I had one of the other service providers tell me, like, girl, I have never seen anybody do consultations for lashes. She is an esthetician, so she does facials, and consultations is a part of what she does. When her clients come, she's looking at their skin and they're talking about all of the things that they need to talk about and what would be best for their service. And so she's like, yeah, I've never heard anybody do this for lashes, and that's huge. It's important, and I commend you for that. I have always done client consultations. First of all, it builds rapport with the client. You want to have a relationship of some sort with your clients. You also want to be on the same page with your clients about what kind of look they're going for and explaining to them what you can do, what you can't do, what's best for their eye shape. And so a lot of clients don't know. Even if they are regular lash extension wearers, if nobody has ever taken the time to talk to them and walk them through the process and show them the difference between a C, a CC, and a D curl, and show them the difference between a 14, 15, and 16 millimeter eyelash, and all of the things that, we see that clients don't see, then they don't know. And it's so important that they know. We're working on their faces, and we need to make sure that we are giving them what they are coming for, what they really want and what they're looking for. So client consultations are a huge part of services. And I've had a lot of new clients tell me, well, not just like recently, but in the time that I've been a lash artist, I've had a lot of clients tell me that I'm the first lash artist that they've been to who has actually done a consultation. And on the one hand, I'm like, dang, that's wild. On the other, it shows how important it is to do things that set you apart from other artists in the industry. Everybody wants to talk about how the beauty industry and all of its components and pockets, whether you're a lash tech, a nail artist, you do hair, you do brows. Everybody talks about how all of these industries are oversaturated. And yeah, everything is oversaturated. It's like 60 million cereal brands and 60 gazillion bread brands, and they all do the same thing. But they all stand out in different ways. They all have their own identity and qualities that make you want to pick up honey wheat instead of whole wheat, or them two, whatever. You get the point. So yeah, client consultations are huge. So I'm going to share with you guys how I do client consultations for new clients, as well as how I do my consultations for returning and regular clients. So when I get a new client, when they first come in, I let them know let's talk before you lay down. I want to talk about, the specifics of how you want your lashes to look. I know that you came in, you booked a volume set, but do you know like what length you want, or do you have a curl preference, a style preference? And while I'm asking these questions, I'm looking at their eyes to analyze their eye shape. So if I have somebody who has protruding eyes and they want to do an open eye look because they saw it on my Instagram page and they like it, well, I'm going to explain to them that look isn't going to look, those lashes aren't going to look the same on them because their eye shape is different. So everything looks different on everybody. Eye shapes play a part, and I did an open eye on this client because she has really small eyes, and we want the lashes to help open her eyes up. And so they'll understand like, oh, okay, that's not for me. So making sure that you're actually knowledgeable enough to talk to your clients and walk them through, what's best for them for whatever. So after I, confirm, hey, we're going to do a volume set, sometimes clients don't know exactly what they want. So they may book hybrid and then show you a picture and it's like, oh, well, this is volume, or oh, this is mega volume. And they're like, okay, let's do that. So making sure that we're on the same page, first of all, about the actual set that they're getting. Because if I need to change something, I need to change it at the beginning of the appointment. So after we're clear on the set that they're getting, then I ask them about length. Okay, do you have a length preference? And they're like, well, I don't really know the numbers, or I don't know. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Just tell me if you'd like them short, medium, or long. And so for me, I've categorized my lash lengths in short, medium, long. So if they say, I want to go short, so I know that I need to stick between 9 millimeters and 12 millimeters. If they say, let's do medium, okay, I need to stick between 13 millimeters and 15 millimeters. And if they're like, let's do long, then it's 16 and up. And I stop at 18. I think I stop at 20. And I only have a couple of clients who wear 20 millimeter lashes. But yeah, so once they tell me, okay, I want to go medium, so I pull out a 13, 14, and 15 millimeter lash, and I place them on my hand and put my hand in a way that they can see the difference in the length on those lashes. And I ask them, would you like to go shorter or longer than one of these, or one of these lengths? Okay, they'll pick the length, or they'll be like, oh, we can go a little longer. I might want to go a little shorter. Okay, so then I'll show them shorter lengths or longer lengths, and we pick the length that way. I'll ask them if they have a curl preference. A C curl is a more relaxed, natural look. A D curl gives you a little more lift. I don't say D curl gives you more drama, because that's scary. And the way that social media and lash artists got these lashes looking crazy and long and wild and red eyes, and people can't open their eyes. I just rather save it and not say drama. So I let them know that a D curl just gives you a little more lift, and a little more, flair to your lashes. And so I show them the difference between the two. They'll pick the length. They'll pick the curl that they want. Okay, so now we have a length. Now we have a curl. The last thing I want to talk to them about is a style. Do you have a preference on your style? Some people will just say cat eye, and cat eye is usually the first thing that comes out, because that's the main thing a lot of people know or hear about. Sometimes they'll describe a cat eye, and then that way I know they really want one. Like, I want them short, but I want them like just to kind of get longer. Okay, cool. And if they're like, well, I don't know, I don't care, or I like this picture and blah blah blah, that's why it's important to have record keeping of your clients and what they're wearing. Because if somebody comes in and they're like, hey, I want this mapping or this style, you need to know how to recreate it and how to tailor it to their eye. So making sure that you're on the same page about the style that your client wants as well. Once y'all are on the same page with everything, okay, you can lay down and we can get the service started. And that's how I do my consultations with my new clients. Clients really appreciate when you take that time to talk to them, to educate them, to hear them out. So many clients have also told me, like, I've never had a lash bath before, and nobody has ever given me or sold me a lash bath kit. And I'm like, that's crazy. How are you supposed to take care of them? And how are you supposed to clean them? Like, geez, you clean everything else on your body. Why wouldn't you clean your eyes and your lashes? So make sure that you're giving people lash baths, and make sure that you're giving lash bath kits. I give lash bath kits for free with my full sets. They're $10 if somebody just like needs to re-up on one. And lash baths come with every service. They're complimentary. A lot of lash artists select lash baths as an add-on. But if I'm already like pushing it, spending $150 on a full set of lashes, why would I add that on? Especially if I don't know the value of a lash bath. Include that lash bath inside your cost for your service, or don't, because it don't cost you nothing but a few extra minutes to wash somebody's lashes. Like, y'all be out here playing and tripping. So yeah, we get the service started. And clients appreciate that. Clients appreciate education. When you're marketing, I know this ain't what this is about, but this is just free game. When you're marketing on social media, make sure you educate your clients about what you're doing and what the process is like. Don't just post pictures and videos of eyelashes. Show them what's happening during the service. Some people think it hurts. Some people think that you're just putting lashes on top of their natural lashes like they do with tabs or strip lashes. They need to see that it's a process and why it takes a few hours to get your lashes done, and they need to know what's happening. Okay, are the lashes just falling off, or no, they're growing off? Talk about lash cycles and lash anatomy. Like, y'all, come on. Okay, I'm gonna stop fussing. I don't fuss on YouTube. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna stop fussing. So yeah, and get back on track. Make sure that you're doing the consultation. So that's how I do my consultations with my new clients. When I have returning clients, if they want to keep the same style, then and usually they do, then we stick to that. So I just ask them, how'd you like this curl? Let's say a new client comes in and then they come back for a feel. I always ask them, how'd you like the curl? Was the length okay? Did anything feel sore or blah blah blah? And I know nothing's gonna feel sore because I'm a stellar isolator and separator. So yeah, but I'm just asking just to make sure and just to be certain, because you never know, they may have an outgrown lash that's hanging and there's weight at the end of of the natural lash now because the extension has grown out. Okay, so that might be a little sore. Um, but yeah, so making sure that everything was okay, they liked everything, if they want to change anything, and usually they don't. And that's why it's important, again, to have record keeping so that you remember. You don't have to try to memorize. You can just go to your notes and see the length in the map that you did on your client's eye, and that's that. So when it comes to returning clients, it's a much simpler process, especially after they've been coming for a while. Most clients like how their lashes are and they, keep the same style. And if they want to change, then we do a full set. The removal is complimentary and we change the style of their lashes. Yeah, so that's just that. But consultations are super important. They set you apart, and they let your clients know that you value them. They let your clients know that you are educated and you are able to educate them. You are the expert and you know what you're doing and they can trust you. So, y'all, I hope that this episode was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the review section or the comment section depending on what platform you're on. I'm always happy to help. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions at Powerhouse Lashes by TTB. And yeah, I'm always responding and helping however I can. I hope that this episode makes your lash journey a little bit easier, and I will see y'all in the next one.